Woke people are mad again. Aren't they always though? But this time, it's a resurgence of anger against Hogwarts Legacy because that's dropping in just over a month. And they are not too happy about people playing that game. If you don't know why, you don't know the controversy surrounding it, stay tuned. I will go into that more. But first, I just want to dive into some of the hate that's going around and all that stuff. So before I first share, this is just a really popular tweet that has been circulating for the past day that I saw, and that's what I've been replying to. So not directly replying to it, but alluding to that. I'm going to show the tweet, but do not come for her. Please, I'm a Christian. I'll criticize what people say, but I am not about attacking people individually on this channel. We don't do that around here. All right, so this is her tweet. She said, I mean this with every fiber of my being. F you if you buy Hogwarts Legacy. And of course, a lot of people are like, yeah, they're saying their piece there. I'm not directly replying to it, firstly, because I have followed her at one point. I thought we followed each other, but I can't remember. It's been a while. She's a streamer. I never have met her personally, and I don't know her personally. She might be amazing, but her take here is awful. So either I unfollowed her or she did like a soft block type thing. And if she did that, I actually respect it because I prefer it. If someone's going to unfollow me, I prefer it if they make me unfollow them too, because then I feel like such an idiot liking people's tweets who have already unfollowed me, like mutuals that I thought we were friends. You know what I mean? So I can respect that. Hey, I could totally get why she would not want to follow me. So anyway, yeah, no shade to her personally, but that take is just horrific. And this is what I said here. I said, nobody has any business telling other people what games to play. Been seeing F you if you buy Hogwarts Legacy on Twitter lately. Such a narcissistic thing to try to dictate what other people buy or play. Buy and play whatever you want. Okay? And that's funny is because when I saw that tweet, that was like a reminder for me. I was like, wait a minute. I haven't gotten my pre-order in yet. I'm not even a Harry Potter fan. I've never been. It's funny how things have come full circle. Because back when Harry Potter first dropped, it was a lot of the Christian community that was really against it. Me and my family, I grew up Christian. We never had an issue with it, but I just never really got into it. I watched the first movie and I was like, oh, it's pretty good. But that's it. I think I watched another movie when I was hanging out with some friends one time and they had it playing in the background, but I never really been huge into Harry Potter, but not against it either. So anyway, this game actually looks legit though. Normally I would wait before a pre-order. I don't even like to pre-order most anything these days because with the nature that gaming is, the nature of gaming in general right now, a lot of times it's not smart to pre-order because games are releasing broken and then they get fixed like a year later all the time. But you know, I've got some woke people to spite right now. So I not only pre-ordered it, but I pre-ordered the deluxe edition. So I think that a lot of this outrage from people is actually going to work in the game's favor. The game already looks great and it has that going for it. But all of this outrage and making people pre-order and buy out of spite, I think we're going to see some good numbers for this game. So let me go ahead and explain some of the controversy. I know this is tragic. I can't believe I'm giving this side a click, but I figure it's better for me to explain the controversy directly from a woke person's words. Because if I say it, then they're, I don't want to be accused of taking anybody out of context. So let's see from their own words why they are against Hogwarts Legacy. I already remember most of this, but let's just recap here. Avalanche Studios has finally shared more information and gameplay for its highly anticipated Harry Potter video game Hogwarts Legacy, blah, blah, blah. All right, so let's see the controversy part. First of all, J.K. Rowling. Everybody knows J.K. Rowling, she done goofed though partially. Part of this is her fault because here she created a very successful book series, which is an understatement, that has turned into just like a worldwide phenomenon. And then later in the game, she kept I'm saying not actual video game, but later in the game, rhetorically, she retconned a lot of stuff. The whole, oh yeah, Dumbledore's gay, Hermione's black. All this stuff that she said was canon when it wasn't, and she just added it in. Hydration break. So yeah. That's been a thing. And so she's pandering to the woke audience when she did all that, just for the sake of it. You know what I mean? Not that anybody would be against her making Hermione black. That's how she created her originally or anything like that. But the case here is that she changed, like, retcon stuff and tried to act like that just for woke points. And it bit her in the butt because now here she is, I'm pretty sure she's like a hardcore feminist, which y'all know my stance on that. I think feminism has really done a lot of damage to society and has hurt women in the long run. Modern day feminism, that is. So there's that. But she has been vocal about, a lot of transgender ideology and stuff, like when it comes to sports, for example, that has been putting women in danger, and that has been honestly erasing women in general. So she has a lot of valid points there, but of course the woke mob turned against her for that, try to cancel her, and they hate her guts because of that. Well, maybe you shouldn't pander toward the most hateful group of people imaginable. That'd be a good idea because it's only a matter of time before wrongthink sets in and you are the target. So anyway, let's see what they have to say about it. For the last couple years, J.K. Rowling has been using her platform to discuss the trans community, and many of her comments have been criticized for being transphobic. She started by responding to an opinion piece about people who menstruate. Only women menstruate, but okay. And went on to tell a joke about how there used to be a word for that. After receiving criticisms for her remarks, Rowling chose to double down and went into more detail over her beliefs, which included the notion that she supports the community, but that erasing the concept of sex also removes people's ability to discuss their lives. Soon after these tweets, J.K. Rowling continued by crafting a blog post titled Turf Wars, in which she outlined why she worried about trans activism. Her remarks caused huge fan backlash across social media, with many calling her out for her transphobia. Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, and Rupert Grint all came out against J.K. Rowling and declared that they stood by the trans community. The star of the Fantastic Beasts series, Eddie Redmayne, also came out against J.K. Rowling, and Warner Brothers even released a statement over the remarks, which is, it's just like a lot of these names here, I don't think they'd have any of the fame that they did if it wasn't for J.K. Rowling or anywhere nearly as remarkable. Who knows? That's neither here nor there, but she at the very least got them their start. And this is just very telling that they're so quick to throw her under the bus for a little bit of clout. You see that all the freaking time. That's how it is with this kind of mob in general, or just hateful people in general. It seems like the people that you go out of your way to help the most, or the people that you do help the most, they'll be the first to turn on you. It's wild how that works, but it does. But I think what this really does is, in this case, that's their job. So it wasn't like, okay, here's a friend who's helping me, but still, they bit the hand that fed them. For some virtue signaling woke points. These statements against J.K. Rowling have not stopped her from continuing to discuss the trans community. In 2020, she released a series of tweets where she claimed that the mental health industry and medication are a new form of conversion therapy, and that many young people are being pushed to hormones or surgery, even if that is not best for them. On top of that, Rowling released a book called Trouble Blood, in which a serial killer dressed up as a woman to kill other women. This novel sparked even more controversy, and the story seemed to be telling people never to trust a man in a dress. This is His whole paragraph is so based, it's unreal. And they're saying this is a bad. I mean, after her transphobic comments, the book felt like another attack on the trans community. Dude, here is a woman who is concerned about other women's safety and not having womanhood erased in general. I am so sick of seeing menstruating person. People with uteruses, all this, they are completely erasing everything it is about being a woman. Being a woman is turned into a costume. Obviously, y'all know the fact that I have some people who are, some friends who are transgender, and hey, I love them, I care about them, and I by no means am hating on them, but do I think that it's healthy? I don't think it's healthy, and I don't think it's ideal. It's always ideal for everybody to accept themselves how they are and how they were born. But hey, you know what? Everybody has their struggles, and for some people, this is their struggle. And so that's not going to stop me from caring about people who do struggle with this, especially if they're not hurting others, and especially if they're not trying to force this ideology on other people. That's a totally different story. Now, I will come for people who are pushing this ideology on children. I will come for that, because no way, Jose, that is child abuse, not having it. All right, so before I get on more of a tangent there, Hogwarts Legacy problematic villains. Not only has J.K. Rowling made remarks that have been considered transphobic, but the plot of Hogwarts Legacy is also being criticized. The story of the game takes players with preventing a goblin uprising during the late 1800s. The goblins will be teaming up with dark wizards in an attempt to overthrow the system of power in place in the wizarding world at that time. This story has been called anti-Semitic. And been called out for essentially having the player try to prevent goblins from getting rights. So, goblins are Jews? What the heck? You're telling on yourselves. What is this? Way to tell on yourselves. This is the same type of thing of people saying orcs are black people. Like, bro, I can guarantee you no normal, sane human being is thinking of Jews when they see orcs or goblins. Come on. Way to tell on yourselves. The Goblins and Harry Potter have already been criticizing for perpetrating anti-Semitic imagery, with many believing that the goblins in the movies are nearly identical to Jewish characters in Nazi propaganda. I can't right now. I saw a lot of this with, they also tried to call Attack on Titan anti-Semitic because this is a joke, but because Ani, for example, who is like a villain in a way, has a big nose, like she had like a bump on her nose. So why are the characters who have big noses, they're the bad guy? That reach, dude, that reach. And I don't think, even though Ani isn't like necessarily, I ain't trying to get too off topic and Attack on Titan here, but everybody always saw her as this strong, beautiful character. She was not a racist stereotype or whatever. I don't even know what race she was supposed to be. I thought like German or something, but I don't know. Anyway, they are presented with hooked noses, and they manage the economy of the wizarding world, with the films taking this and going even farther with the presentation of goblins. In Harry Potter, goblins are subservient to humans and are not allowed the same education as the wizards or allowed to have wands of their own. Hogwarts Legacy takes place in the late 1800s, years before Harry was even born. This means that the goblins may have even less rights than they do during the time of Harry Potter. I can't believe we're arguing over goblin rights right now, but alas, here we are. The story of Hogwarts Legacy as players fight back against a goblin rebellion, but all that they are seemingly rebelling against is their lack of rights. The title has painted them as the antagonist when it seems that the player character might be more of an antagonist. Little is known about how the story will play out, but at face value, this is very problematic. Let's continue. Harry Potter series has diversity problems. Okay, too many white people. Harry Potter series also has a history of diversity problems and tone deafness that has been coming to light in recent years. Oh, wow, how ableist of them to use the phrase tone deaf. The few people of color that are in the books are underdeveloped and shoehorned in. Dude, we ain't even gonna pretend like a lot of diversity characters that are in modern material, like The Witcher Blood Origin, Rings of Power, etc., etc., they are all shoehorned in. They didn't put those characters there because they felt they authentically fit in the lore and in all this stuff. Like, freaking Blood Origin is a Poland story, for crying out loud, guys. Come on. Get with reality. Let's stop being delusional about stuff. There is plenty of room for diversity in all kinds of different films. But we can also have films without diversity too. That's fine. I'll watch something with all white people or all black people or all Asian people, or I don't care. It's fine. Seriously. One of the few Asian characters in Harry Potter is named Cho Chang. That's awesome. Who lives in a world filled with fantasy names like Severus Snape or Luna Lovegood. Random fact, but I took like a personality test once that was like super in depth, and it was supposed to tell you of all these characters which one you're most like, and I got Luna Lovegood. I don't even know anything about that character hardly. I think she's kind of like always daydreaming, which is me. So I get that, but yeah, that's funny. Just random. But that's apparently who I'm really like. Yet Rowling chose to give her the name of Cho Chang instead. Yeah, and if they gave her a name of like something random like that, I don't know. Then that wouldn't be good enough. That's not respecting her culture. Who knows? They always come up with something to complain about. They're mad that her name's Cho Chang? Seriously? Cho Chang's awesome. What's the problem? Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire introduced the Patil sisters, but many have called out the outfits that they wore to the Yule Ball as a mockery of Indian culture. This is getting cringier as I keep reading it. Fantastic Beasts also garnered criticism when it revealed that Voldemort's snake, Nagini, was a South Korean woman who will eventually get turned into the pet of Voldemort, as well as a Horcrux. What's the problem here? Is it because she was South Korean? So can he only... Voldemort, who is an evil guy, so an evil character is only allowed to be evil to white people? Make it make sense. Hogwarts Legacy has a lot of controversy that has to overcome, blah, blah, blah. Okay, dude, this ain't even all it. Let me see what Kotaku says, because they're also one of the lead developers, or the lead developer, Scott, I forgot his name, Scott Peterson, okay? Was it Peterson? No. I thought his name was Scott, but maybe not. Hogwarts Legacy director. Yeah, he was fired, or he quit. Troy Leavitt. I think I'm getting mixed up with the Five Nights at Freddy's guy. I think his name was Scott. Okay, so this was a lot of the controversy as well, right? So the director, Troy Leavitt, he left during production of this game, this article was written March 5th, 2021. And I remember when this happened because what resurfaced on the internet was that he had a YouTube channel, social commentary channels. Basically, Troy Leavitt went boom, man. He had his social commentary channel. It was very based, and he was pointing out a lot of issues with, like, feminism, for example, so on and so forth. And so because that surfaced, a lot of people were mad, as usual, and tried to cancel him. And he quit. And after he quit, look what happened. People are still hating. People are still saying don't buy the game. See, you can't win. This is why you don't apologize and give in to the mob. Troy should have never left because it didn't make any difference. Woke people are still saying not to buy the game. So it didn't change anything. But anyway, yeah, that's what they were mad about. I hope that, I don't know, a part of me almost, when he left, and I didn't know all the details of it, and I was like, uh-oh, did he get fired? Because if he got fired, then I wasn't sure if I wanted to support it, because, like, bro, you know, wrong think, so he got fired, but I don't know, it says he left. He quit. I don't know what their whole deal with that was. I don't know if he's still going to get some sort of royalties or something. I don't know the extent of it. All I know is I hope that Troy Leavitt is doing well and successful and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, I just wanted to get you guys up to speed a little bit about some of the controversy there. That's what's going on. So if you are in the market for what seems like a fun game, looks pretty open world, stuff like that. Again, I'm not really a huge Harry Potter fan, so I wasn't even sure if I was going to get it. But after seeing this backlash, hey, if you want to make some woke people mad, get your pre-orders in. Let's do this. Let's make this a success. But if you don't want to play it, don't play it. It ain't my place to tell you what to play or don't play. And I know some people are going to be coming at me. It's inevitable. They're going to say, what about Tomb Raider? You're a hypocrite because you don't like the reboot Tomb Raider games. You keep knocking those. Go back to those videos. I dare you. Go back to it. I'll stay here. I'll wait. Go back to it and find where I told people not to play. Because I always say, hey, I'm not going to buy anything else that is desecrating the name of Tomb Raider. If you guys want to, go for it. But if you want to see change in the series, I would suggest speaking with your wallet. That's how I phrase it. I ain't coming for anybody who wants to buy whatever they want to buy or play whatever they want to play. So anyway, there we have it for this video. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I will catch you next time. And in the meantime, go boom.